Hey guys, so today we're going to be replacing the driver side axle seal on the transmission. As you've seen in the previous video, I did replace them, but this side started leaking when I was under the vehicle. So I jack up the vehicle and it basically just peaks right under the seal for some reason. It was seated properly and everything, but it could be a flaw in the seal. Not really sure. So what I'm going to be doing today is I'm going to be going through the whole process and removing the axle seal and installing a new one. This time it's going to be actually in the vehicle, so it is kind of more difficult because having the transmission out was a lot easier. So let's get to it. Hey guys, so the first step you're going to do is you're going to remove the axle nut. So do this while the vehicle's still on the ground and the tires are still on the ground. This way you don't need someone inside the vehicle to apply pressure to the brakes. So I did install a brand new axle on the side, so it's very easy to get out. You may need a cheater bar because this nut is going to be very tight if you haven't taken it off before. Of course, there's also supposed to be a dent inside the axle nut. You're supposed to undo the dent first, and then you're gonna loosen it. For me, I didn't actually dent it back because I knew that this axle seal was leaking, and I was just waiting to kind of get around to fixing it. Right, that's out. So after you've removed the axle nut, you can start jacking up the vehicle. So once the vehicle's all jacked up, you want to securely support it with some jack stands. And now you could take off your wheels. Or a wheel, since I'm only doing this one side. So I'm going to bring you guys in close to take a look at the leak that I've encountered with the brand new seal. It's right under the vehicle, so bear with me. So as you can see, the leak is right over there. And it's coming from the axle seal. It's leaking right from the bottom. Yeah, like right there. So if you look directly under, which I'm not sure if you can see, it is leaking like right there. Alright guys, so as explained in the previous video, how I'm going to remove my axle is, let's get this light kind of out there, is I'm going to start by loosening the bolts on this traction bar. There's going to be two, I believe, 17mm bolts there. You're going to want to remove this fork for the strut as well. And then you're also going to be removing this bolt in the back here for the control arm. So that would be, I believe, a 14 as well. So basically, two bolts on the traction bar, one lower control arm, and one bolt for the fork, and one bolt for the fork holding onto the control arm, which I believe is a 17. That's this bolt right here. This bolt's a little bit hard to get at, which is why I'm using a wrench. It doesn't take that long to kind of twist it out, but so those are all kind of out. So what you do is just kind of wiggle this loose. So now that's all loose. Get a hammer and you kind of tap the axle through the brake. So let's just get a hammer. Just like that. Pops it right out. Kind of can set it there for a little bit. Now you're gonna have to go under and get a big screwdriver or a pry bar. Got a big screwdriver here, and you just pop it out of the transmission. Also get a bag ready. You want to keep the part that goes inside the transmission clean. You don't want to get it dirty and stuff because that's going to go back into the transmission. That's a little odd. It's supposed to come up easily. Also get your oil pen ready because oil is, if it's already falling out, coming out of the seal, it's going to pour out. Let me pop this off. Okay, I think I need a bigger pry bar. This is a new axle, so here I'm prying on the axle and nothing changes. I essentially kept trying and the axle wouldn't come out with a pry bar or a large screwdriver. Tried everything that I could think of and nothing worked. The old axle came out super easy when I pulled the old engine, and the new one was just very, very stuck. I'm assuming this is the result of using aftermarket components like the C-clip used in the aftermarket axle. I wasted hours on this and nothing worked. I ended up giving up and putting everything back together to research some new tricks to removing the stuck axle. I ended up buying a new tool, which I'll show you in my next video, where I attempt to do this all over again. Anyways, thanks for watching, guys. And if you want, hit that like button, subscribe, and leave me a comment. As always, see you in the next video. Cheers.